Alrighty, guys, it's day 4. Our weekly question is, how do elevators work? And we are finally getting back to talking directly about an elevator. So you can assume from days 1, 2, and 3 that an elevator uses a pulley, could be fixed, movable, or a pulley system, which is, remember, more than one pulley. So elevators that use pulleys also use a counterweight. If I go over here to where the vocabulary is, a heavy weight used to balance the weight of an elevator car. So it's going to be on the opposite end of the chain or cable or rope than the elevator car. Okay? The cable is attached to the car on one end, and the counterweight is going to be on the other end. And it passes through a pulley that is attached to an electric motor. The counterweight weighs about the same as the car would, with an average number of people in it. If you've ever gotten into an elevator, they usually tell you the maximum capacity, and that is based on the average weight that cart can pull up and down that elevator car based on the counterweight of the pulley on the pulley. Gravity pulls on both the counterweight and the car, balancing them. This reduces the amount of force the electric motor needs to move the elevator. The electric motor does the least amount of work when a car has an average number of riders. With more or fewer people, the motor has to work harder to move the car and the counterweight. So, you had to look at the diagram of a typical elevator and then show the directions. Number 1, you're going to be using information from the passage. Click and drag the words to label the parts of the diagram. So right here, you see me. I'm riding in the elevator car. So you should have pulled car there. This big guy right here, that is a pulley, and that is a fixed pulley, if you'll notice, because it is attached to that big, probably beam, some kind of beam up there. This guy right here, that is the motor. Right here, that's our cable. And this thing right here is our counterweight. On B, you had to click and drag the arrow. You have 2 arrows over here to the elevator cart to show the direction in which it's moving. You will only use 1 arrow. So by looking at the counterweight, you see that the counterweight is going down. Well, if that counterweight is being pulled down, that means the elevator cart is going up. Okay? Make sure you look back over these before you take your quiz tomorrow. It's very, very important that you do. Also, I leave your quiz unlocked. So if you wanted to pull up day 1, 2, 3, 4 and have it up here ready to go and have your quiz, you can do that. You can click back and forth. That's completely legal and okay. In fact, I encourage it. It's kind of like in reading when you have a passage to read and you have a bunch of questions, you can look back at the passage. Same here. So, if you have any questions, please let me know. Have an awesome Thursday.